Today we're standing up for the American worker, and we are finally putting America first.
US President Donald Trump has gone ballistic when it comes to slapping tariffs. Countries from Japan to India all are facing higher Trump tariffs. But wait, not all of them. Pause this video for a second and ask yourself, who is America's biggest rival in the world? If you said China, you are absolutely correct. But what about tariffs on China?
I don't know anything about it. I'd have to check, but we'll get back to you on that. Yeah, please.
Well, it's time for a reality check for the US President Donald Trump. It is absolutely clear that Washington does not possess an unequivocal upper hand when dealing with Beijing. Just a reminder, this is how Beijing responded when Trump's first tariff threat came. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian very categorically said that exerting extreme pressure on China is the wrong target and the wrong calculation. If the US has other intentions and insisting on tariff war, trade war, or any other war, China will fight to the end. President Trump, renowned for his confrontational style and sweeping tariffs, has nevertheless repeatedly extended the crucial tariff deadline for China, most recently granting a 90-day truce until October 10, 2025. The calculated pause reveals much about the limits of American leverage and the depth of China's strategic power. On the surface, Trump's actions suggest strength. Hefty tariffs that sometimes soar to 145% on Chinese imports and tariff hikes on copper, steel, and semiconductors. American exporters, particularly in technology and manufacturing, have felt both pride and pain as the White House pursues its America First agenda, targeting nations that buy Russian oil or defy US interests. Yet when it comes to China, the president's hardball approach has consistently given way to extensions, concessions, and hesitancy to escalate. But why? The answer in part lies in agriculture, China's ace up the sleeve. American farmers reliant on China as their primary market for soybeans and many other grains have suffered disproportionately during the trade standoff. China imports vast quantities of US agricultural products, with soybean alone accounting for billions in trade each year. By targeting these commodities with punitive tariffs sometimes tagged up to cumulative 135%, Beijing can inflict serious pain on Trump's core political base in the Midwest and South America. During past skirmishes, US soybean exports plummeted, and China pivoted to Brazil and Argentina, wielding its purchasing power to not only starve US farmers of demand but also recalibrate global supply chains in its favor. This dynamic gives China the trump card, the ability to upend the very livelihood of American farmers while retaining flexibility through alternate suppliers. The American agriculture sector had lost tens of billions since the trade war began, a figure that dwarfs losses in other industries and casts doubts on the sustainability of Trump's offensive. Each extension of the tariff deadline is in effect an acknowledgement of the damage China can unleash and a tacit admission that the US cannot afford a total breakdown in negotiations. Meanwhile, the broader economic data paints an ambiguous picture. US tariffs on Chinese goods average above 50%, while China's retaliatory tariffs reaches 32.6%, reflecting the scale of the deadlock. American consumers face higher prices and manufacturers scramble for alternatives. China, with its command economy and alternative markets, can absorb more shocks and pivot with greater ability. In sum, the US wields the language of war and the machinery of tariffs, but when it comes to China, the leverage is balanced and the risks are shared. The agriculture trump card ensures that Beijing remains resilient, able to inflict strategic and political pain, forcing Washington to the negotiation table time and again. The repeated extension of tariff deadlines reveal not only dominance, but caution, a recognition that in the contest neither side is truly in control, and the repercussions are always global.